The man just got jumped at Whole Foods and nobody saw it coming. Okay, so let me get this straight. Becky Lynch, the woman who has beaten Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, and practically every other legend in WWE, just got attacked in the produce section while probably shopping for organic kale or something. If that does not sound like the most bizarre wrestling headline of the year, I do not know what does. But before we break down how the man became the victim, hit that subscribe button and smash the notifications bell, because WWE Extreme is about to give you the full story that mainstream media is not touching. You're not going to believe what actually went down. So picture this. It is a regular Tuesday morning. The sun is shining, birds are chirping, and Becky Lynch is doing what normal human beings do: grocery shopping. She is probably thinking about her next match, maybe what to cook for dinner, definitely not expecting to get jumped like she is in a backstage brawl at WrestleMania. But that is exactly what happened earlier today when two masked individuals approached her near the checkout line. And things went from 0 to absolutely insane in about 3 seconds flat. Security footage shows them grabbing her purse, shoving her into a display of cereal boxes, and bolting out of the store like they just stole the money in the bank briefcase. Except this was not scripted, there were no cameras rolling for an angle, and Becky was not throwing work punches. This was straight-up criminal assault on one of WWE's biggest stars, and the wrestling world is absolutely losing its mind right now. Now, here is where this story gets even crazier. Becky Lynch is not exactly someone you want to mess with, right? This is the woman who literally main evented WrestleMania with a broken face, who clawed her way from the bottom of the roster to the absolute top, who changed her entire career trajectory by refusing to stay in her lane. She has taken chair shots, survived Hell in a Cell, and gone through tables more times than most of us have ordered pizza. So the fact that someone had the audacity, the sheer unfiltered audacity, to attack her in broad daylight at a supermarket is either the boldest move in criminal history or the dumbest. Probably both. Because let me tell you something, if these assailants did even 5 minutes of research on who they were robbing, they would have picked literally anyone else on planet Earth. But let us talk about what actually happened, because the details are emerging and they're wild. According to witnesses at the scene, Becky was grabbing items from her cart and placing them on the conveyor belt when two individuals wearing ski masks approached from behind. Now, if you're wearing a ski mask in a supermarket in the middle of the day, you're either about to commit a crime or you are really confused about seasonal fashion choices. These two clearly chose option A. They grabbed her designer handbag, reportedly worth several $1,000s, because when you are a top WWE superstar, you are not carrying around a beat-up tote bag from a gas station. And when Becky instinctively fought back, they shoved her hard enough to send her crashing into a promotional display. Cereal boxes everywhere, shoppers screaming, absolute chaos in aisle 7. Here is what makes this situation even more infuriating. Becky Lynch was not surrounded by security. She was not traveling with an entourage. She was just trying to live her life like a regular person. And that is one of the things we often forget about WWE superstars. Yeah, they're larger than life when they are in the ring, but outside of it, they're human beings who need to buy groceries, pick up prescriptions, and do all the mundane stuff we do. The difference is they have targets on their backs because everyone knows their faces, everyone knows they have money, and apparently some scumbags out there think that makes them easy marks. Spoiler alert, attacking the man is never going to be easy, and these criminals are about to find that out the hard way. The police are currently investigating, and security footage from the supermarket is being reviewed as we speak. What the suspects probably did not count on is that modern grocery stores have more cameras than a WWE production truck. We're talking multiple angles, high definition, the works. So unless these geniuses are planning to flee the country and change their identities, they are probably getting caught within the next 48 hours. And when they do, they're going to face charges for robbery, assault, and the eternal shame of knowing they attacked one of the toughest women in professional wrestling and still could not get away clean. That has got to sting worse than a disarm her submission. Now, let us address the elephant in the room. Is this some kind of elaborate WWE storyline? Look, I know we have been conditioned to question everything in wrestling, to assume every shocking moment is a work, but this is not that. This is a legitimate police investigation with real charges potentially being filed. WWE has not acknowledged it as part of any angle. Becky herself has not cut a promo about it, and there are actual law enforcement officials involved. So no, this is not some viral marketing campaign for her next feud. This is real life being absolutely terrible, and it is a stark reminder that fame comes with dangers most of us never have to think about. What is really getting under everyone's skin is how brazen this attack was. We are not talking about someone getting their car broken into in a parking garage at night. We're talking about a violent confrontation in a public space during business hours with witnesses everywhere. That takes a special kind of reckless stupidity, the kind that makes you wonder what these criminals were possibly thinking. Did they assume Becky would just hand over her belongings without resistance? Did they not realize she has made a career out of fighting back against overwhelming odds? This woman literally refused to tap out to Asuka's undefeated streak. You think a couple of mass cowards are going to intimidate her? The wrestling community has rallied around Becky in a massive way since news broke. Fellow WWE superstars have been posting messages of support. Fans have been flooding social media with well wishes, and everyone is just hoping she is okay, both physically and mentally. Because here is the thing, even if you are tough as nails, even if you're Becky Lynch and you have survived every possible physical challenge WWE could throw at you, being attacked in real life hits different. There's no script to follow, no referee to protect you, no certainty that you're going to be okay. That psychological impact can be just as damaging as any physical injury, and hopefully Becky has the support system she needs to process this violation. The irony here is almost too painful to process. Becky Lynch has spent years entertaining millions of people, inspiring countless fans, especially young women, to be fearless and stand up for themselves, and creating unforgettable moments in WWE history. And her reward for all that hard work is getting attacked by criminals who probably could not care less about her contributions to wrestling or society. They just saw an opportunity to steal something valuable, and they took it. Collateral damage be damned. That is the ugly side of humanity that we wish did not exist, but here we are dealing with it anyway. Thank you for watching, and let us all keep Becky Lynch in our thoughts as she deals with this terrible situation.